So to effectively hit the core muscles that you're going to be using while you're running, we're going to do some body curls. These are really great because you want to focus on keeping your hips neutral while you're running, and this exercise will allow you to do that by working your abs from the bottom up rather than from the top down, which most ab exercises work. So this is really great to move away from the traditional ab exercises and work on those running specific muscles.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why we're looking at something like this, Ryan, is conventional abs are, like we said, whether you're using a Swiss ball, sit-ups on the floor, is going top to bottom. But if we think about proper running mechanics and what we're trying to do here, it's all about going from bottom to top, because we've got to keep our hips in a nice neutral position and activate low abs. And they often get missed in the whole program because everyone goes upper abs down and they kind of miss it at the end. So this, we found, is a really solid exercise to kind of teach that activation process and help it stick a little better in the run. So what we'll do here is kind of test it out with Elias and see how we're looking. So Elias is going to use, the pull-up bar we have here with our dip machine. Conventional pull-up bars in the gym are great, even something you got at your little preschool gym. So what Elias does is kind of gets his arms up in a position. He's going to look to keep elbows straight and not over-recruit the upper body. So most of these muscles, like the lats and traps, are going to work in a pretty isometric position, meaning they just lock in and stabilize. So what he's going to do here, he's going to hold on with the upper body. The goal is to fire from down to the top. He's going to bring his knees in close to his chest and try to roll his whole upper body up towards his chest. Let's give it a go. Good. And you can see, it's a tough exercise. What we're looking here is, again, he's going to fire it up. What we're really going to pay attention to is the eccentric side of this exercise. So the concentric side of core routine is basically shortening the ab muscles and working it from that position. But if we control how slowly he goes down from the top of the movement, it's an even greater influx of neural input to these abs to make them hold even better than before. So let's try to slow it down a little bit.
So what would be the count that you'd want to do on the up and then at the top staying and then going back down?
Right, so typical routines for us are really just kind of a normal up, so possibly a 1 second up, but we'll play around and go anywhere from 2 to 6 to 8 seconds down, depending on how strong the athlete is. And then the amount of reps will depend on what that count is. So if we're doing a 2 or 3 second count down, we may only do six reps for a set. If we're doing 8 to 10 seconds down, we may only get in 2 or 3 reps per set. Let's try a slow one down. So up nice and tall, high as you can, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Let's go back up again and up, and then slow on the count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you see Elias kind of shaking like a tree over here.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really hard exercise. I know when we do this up in Mammoth with our team, a lot of the people really struggle with it, especially when they're first just starting with the exercise. So what we do is we can do assisted by helping to actually lift his legs up from the bottom, and that will help.
Right, and we'll show this here with Elias, but what it really helps in is, again, activating that eccentric part of the motion. So if someone's not strong enough to concentrically fire those abs, if we provide some assistance and then let him handle the eccentric side on his own, we find a quicker learning curve to doing the whole motion correctly. So let's come up, and so what we'll do is kind of cradle him up, and then on his own, he'll slow it down, 2, 3, 4. Let's try one more like that. Knees in and up all the way, and then slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. Great exercise, Elias.
Yeah, so this one will work you hard. So start slow with maybe just a couple reps and work your way up.